Today we're going to play a tag game, and at the start of the game, it's going to be one side having a little bit of an advantage maybe. And I gave these noodles to the girls because we know that girls are superior to boys. But it's not really the boys' fault because the girls were just born better. And boys, you shouldn't really feel bad about this because, you can only get so far in life. And the girls will probably get very far in life and you guys won't. Because it's not your fault because they were born better. And we're going to prove that fact while we play these games. Okay? Now, the start of the game is that the girls are going to be able to run, and you can run too, boys. But as soon as they touch you with the noodle, you have to just stop. It's not going to be like regular freeze tag where somebody can catch you, all right? Are you ready, boys? We're going to start right away, and as soon as they touch you, you just got to stop. A lot of times this part of the game doesn't last very long, and then we'll go to another part. Yes? They do. Until everybody gets caught. All right? Are you guys ready?
Yeah!
All right. Boys, you got 5 seconds to get away. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Go. Okay, girls. Girls, come back. That was awesome, girls. Now, girls, did you see what I mean? Look how easy you caught those boys. But again, girls, it is not the boys' fault. It's not their fault that they're not as good as you. Because they weren't born as good as you. Now, not all the boys agree with me on that, though. Yeah. You boys don't agree with that? The girls are born better? You don't? Okay, well, we're gonna give you another chance to prove me wrong. This time, boys, the girls have to walk. And you have to hop on one foot. Yeah! Are you ready? Go! Now, we just got done playing a game, and our game had a lot of little mini sessions in it, didn't it? We would play for a little bit and stop, and most of the time we stopped because the girls were catching the boys right away. And throughout the game, your teacher kept on praising the girls, telling the girls how great they were and how they were better than the boys and how they were even born better than the boys, right? Yeah. And how did that make you boys feel?
Angry!
You were angry about that. You were jealous? Sad. Kind of brought us some big emotion. Kelvin, how did you feel about that when we're very sad? Kelvin's still sad about that. All right? What else?
Sad, frustrated, and mad.
He was all of them. He was like the hat trick. He was sad, he was frustrated, and he was mad.
And happy a little bit too.
At the end, right?
Happy because the girls almost always got the disadvantage because every time they the first time they got to have noodles to tag with and both run, but then the second time we had to hop on one foot and they got to walk, and it was a bunch of disadvantages.
Okay, good. And you know what? Do you know what the name of this game was?
No.
And you tell me if you think that the name fits the way it was played. The name of the game is called It's Not Fair.
Yeah.
So was the game not fair?
Yeah.
The game was not fair, and it was not fair on purpose because we wanted you to experience what it felt like to be discriminated against. Now, discrimination means that somebody treats you differently just because of who you are. Like maybe if you have a different color skin, or maybe if you went to a different church than them, or maybe if you're a boy, or you're discriminated by the women, or the other way around, a girl discriminated because they're not a boy. And in this case, we told that the girls were better and they had all the advantages of the game. And we already heard from a lot of our boys that they were very frustrated about that, right? And well, that was the same way it was a long time ago, back maybe when I was a little boy. Blacks in our country were not treated fairly. Like black boys and girls in a lot of schools couldn't go, and white kids couldn't go to the same school together. There were so many things that they couldn't do, and the only reason was the color of their skin. You know, I recently saw something on the computer that came up, and it had 3 eggs. One was a white egg, one was a kind of a tan egg, and the other was a darker brown egg. And when they cracked them and put them in the frying pan, you know what they all looked like?
Different colors.
They were all the same. All 3 eggs, although they're different on the shell, all 3 eggs were the same. Same on the inside. And that's how we are as humans. Every one of us is the same on the inside. It doesn't matter whether we're a boy or girl, or one person has a different color skin than you. We're black and white, or other shades of color. And this week, in a week or so, you guys are going to get a day off of school. But I want you to understand why you get that day off of school. Because many, many years ago, black people in our country were not treated very fair, and a lot of people didn't like it, but we needed somebody to stand up and lead people. And do you know who that person was?
It was one of the black guys who was standing up for the black people.
You know what his name was? Martin Luther King. You're right. You're right. It was Martin Luther King. And he did such a great job on changing things that we honor him with his own day, that we celebrate him. But I want you to know why we honor him. Because think about that. You know how sad you were? Like Kelvin still got tears in his eyes. And you think how sad you were, Kelvin? Think if you got treated that way every day of your life. Wouldn't that be awful?
Yeah.
Wouldn't that be awful? Every single day of your life, you got treated that way. Just that'd be horrible. And that's the way life was for a lot of people. Only because their skin was darker than some other people's skin. That's no way to treat somebody, is it?
No.
So Martin Luther King, he led people. He was their leader, and he got thousands of people to come and organize, and they would have marches, and they'd give big speeches, and they'd have big rallies. And pretty soon more people joined them. They're just like in our game, some of the girls said, well, that's not true. I don't believe in that. So they joined the boys, didn't they? And then later on, so slowly, it didn't happen right away, but slowly did the game start to change so it was more fair. And by the end, the game changed completely from what it was in the beginning. And did the girls have the advantage at the end? At the end, the girls they couldn't catch the boys anymore because somebody kept helping each other out. Because they would give them a high five and they'd help them out. And when everybody pitched in and worked together, we changed things, didn't we? We changed what it was, and that's what the MLK, right up here. Somebody thought that I spelled milk wrong. That I forgot the I. Did anybody think that when they saw that up there?
Yeah.
Well, I did forget the I. MLK stands for Martin Luther King. And so that's why we have a day off of school. We celebrate him. And think about all the people in our country, and he's the only one that has a day that everybody celebrates, all by himself.
And yourself, your birthday.
Well, we're talking about a national holiday that everybody in the country celebrates that day. And that's Martin Luther King Day, which will be coming up in about a week and a half or so for you guys.